Greetings, this is video 2 about a Clipchamp RMR scope. So I'm going to show you some footage outside and just some more stuff about this one. And then I'll make a third video and that'll be at the range. But I haven't had a chance to go to the range for about a couple of weeks because my area got hit by a tornado. So actually my city got hit by 3 tornadoes. And I had some roof damage, so I've been dealing with that, trying to get my roof repaired. So I should get my roof started on in probably the next couple of days. And then once I get all that stuff ironed out, I have more time dealing with the other stuff that I want to do. But that being said, I'll get into this video. Checking the real Clipchamp RMR, they don't make a click. So that is one way that you can tell. They're more squishy. I don't know if I said that in the older video, but just in case I didn't say that, that is one way you can tell. This one here is pretty well made. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see, I'm trying to get looking at the camera. But this one has most of everything on it that the real one does. Like I said, the real one doesn't have the click. As a matter of fact, I went to Bass Pro today and looked at one just to double check. The salesman also told me a few things. He said the real one, of course, whenever you remove the battery, you got to re-zero it. That's what he told me. And he also said don't drop it because it'll break. So that's what he was telling me about the real one. So being that that's what he said about the real one, when you see the boo-tubers boo-tubing, doing the useless tests where they drop their guns down on the ground, to me that's stupid. I've already said in the previous video, I got on my son when he dropped his pistol. Don't drop your weapons. Don't throw them around like an idiot. I've never dropped any of my firearms ever. So don't do it. It's stress test supposedly, but don't do that. Don't drop your firearms. They have slings on them for a reason. Even the tactical ones, they got like the retaining, whatever that sling is, to keep you from dropping it or get your gun taken. They have that stuff on there for a reason. You're not supposed to drop them. But all in all, this is, like I said, very convincing. It looks almost identical to the other one. I mean, to the real one. So as I said in the other video, you need to be careful. If you get one of these as a trade and they throwing this in, you need to also negotiate, making sure that you have some recourse in case this turns out to be a counterfeit or a fake. You want to make sure that you're not stuck paying extra price for something that's not real. So just let you know, buyers, beware. But one way you can, like I said, you can always see if this is the genuine one, is that you won't hear that click. The genuine one doesn't make a click like this. But the next footage you're going to see is outside trying to show you in the sun. It took me forever to do that, to get some good photos of it. I also was able to show how the parallax on here is not bad. You can't really see it, but I got a battery here. I might. Perfect. So I see the red dot on it now. But as you can see, this is in full sun and you can clearly see the dot. So in full sunlight, you can still see it. And as you can see, the parallax is still good. It's in one where I'm focusing. Even if you move it, it still centers in the same exact spot. So it doesn't have poor parallax. You get a general idea. It's pretty good, like I said. One thing I'm trying to show people and where I'm going, I think I explained this in the first video. I'm not trying to do like I don't want this to come off as me advertising or anything like this. What I'm really trying to show people is alternatives if you're financially challenged. A lot of times when you see the bootubers talking about different accessories, they're shaming you because you don't have money. They're like, if you can't afford to miss your rent or your car payment to buy the genuine article, then you shouldn't be involved in it. And no, that's not the case. You buy what you can afford. If you had the money to buy one of these, you would. You're not buying it because a lot of times you can't afford it. There's only really 3 people that buy these. YouTubers to show in the video, people that are cheap, and there's not many people that are this cheap when it comes to this stuff. And then the majority of people, they can't afford it. So that's why they're purchasing this. Because when I was at Bass Pro retails these for about $540. I think the EOTech that they had was like $565. And for me, my distributors, if I were to buy one of these brand new, was like $750. I can't even get them in the 5s. But that's because Bass Pro buys a gazillion of these, so they get better discount prices. My vendor, I don't get those big of a discounts because I don't buy that many of them. But yeah, don't let people shame you for buying what you can afford. There's no shame in that. If you could afford the better one, that's what you would buy. And the other thing that I'm trying to get people to understand is, I'm an old man. I've seen stuff. I've lived through the assault weapons ban and also to Katrina when they went and confiscated door to door. And what I want people to kind of have the mindset is always have a backup, because you may in fact have the fancy one, but what happens when it hits the fan? I can almost guarantee you're going to have some straw ball sheriff coming in rounding up all your stuff. So that is the reason why you want to make sure you have alternatives and other means of achieving what you need, because if you're dependent on one specific piece of equipment and you lose it, then what you're going to do? So always have a backup as your plan so you don't find yourself in that predicament. Because the one thing about it, if they think it's airsoft stuff, they're not going to bother it. So just keep that in mind. But that's it for this video. You guys later.